record, and then we'll.
There you go. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I am the Title VI Indian Education Coordinator for the Nulhegan tribe. I've had the program. This is the 4th school year that I've had the program going. We go into, we're supported by the North Country Supervisory Union and the Orleans Central Supervisory Union. And we provide services to those schools in regards to Indian education, Abenaki education specifically. We teach mostly 3rd graders. We do have schools that want us to go into the middle school, and we do go into the high school. And each level is a little different that we present. Basically, it's 3rd and 4th grade Vermont history. So we teach Vermont Abenaki history. And with that, we go back into pre-contact before the Europeans came. And we look at the lifestyle then, and we break down how was travel, what did we do for travel, what did we do for food, hunting, housing, gardening. We go through all of it, fire building, clothing, and music, of course, and drumming. And then we progress into when the Europeans came and how our lifestyles changed. Our old traditions became new traditions with the Europeans. And then we talk about Native people today. A lot of times I get asked, do I live in a teepee? You know, and I get to say, you know, I'm a school nurse by trade. And I said, I have a house, I have running water, you know, so we try to get all of these ideas out of people's minds that think that we still live back in pre-contact time. In middle school and high school, we address politics today. We address living in hidden in plain sight, you know, and we discuss the eugenics program and how that came about, and the repercussions from it. And so we get into some pretty heavy stuff in that regard. Now I'm working on a project to, Holland School was one of the schools that closed, and the building is vacant. So I am writing a grant to see if I can get a Nulhegan cultural/education center with a library. And if I'm successful, we will be the only library in the state that would have access to Abenaki history and Abenaki materials. So I'm working on it. I do have the support of the school board, and I do have the support of North Country Supervisory Union and Chief Don. So it's something, and this would benefit not only the Holland community, not only somebody in the school, but the whole state, because we would be looking, well, especially in the Holland community, we would be looking at maybe a food shelf in the NEK, and just services for and not just Native people, but everybody here. So I've been a busy little girl.
Yes.
I years ago started a Nulhegan youth drum group, and the kids perform. They performed at Shelburne Farm. They performed at an early childhood program in Colchester once. We worked with the Circle of Courage kids up in Swanton, and the two groups networked. We also did a radio program with Deb Rieger on Moccasin Track, and the kids got to go to college and perform on the radio.
Oh, wow.
Highlight, let me tell you. And then for, what was it? Archaeology Month. My kids were invited to the historical museum in Barrie. And we performed for all the local school kids in the area. There were like 4 schools that came in, and we had 100 kids in that big room. And so the kids sang and drummed, and then we did some dancing with them, and it was really awesome to watch peers with their peers and the other kids seeing that, oh, look at those kids, they're drumming, they know their thing, you know. And it was incredible. So we try to get out there so that the community can see us and know that we're here. I was also chair of the Commission of Native American Affairs for 4 years. And that's how I started with the Title VI program. Mm-hmm. We were goal oriented, and each member, we troubleshot and brainstormed what we could do for our people. And so each one had a goal, and mine was education. And we had a program called Affirming Traditions, and we did that at the Boy Scout reservation in Eden. They had a big building. It could hold inclement weather, whatever. So we had people come in that were Native, and we invited all the tribes and independent Indians to join us. And we had tanning, and we had wampum, and we had all kinds of activities to show each other. And it was new traditions and old traditions. And we had the food preservation program, sovereignty, and had everything. And it was wonderful. And members from all 4 tribes attended, and all the commission members. It was a really great program. So we've tried to get us out there, not just in the community, but within our own community.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So things are better than they were, I think. I know years ago it was constant turmoil, and I think it's a lot better now. And I think we're being recognized. We're here. So this is what we do. So
yeah, that's terrific. Yeah, that's really a lot. One of the things I was going to ask was if you got around to other parts of the state. So I'm really glad to hear that it sounds like there's a widespread program. My Title VI program covers the Northeast Kingdom. I do, on my own, have been invited to schools throughout the state. Okay. And I do go to other schools. I've been as far as Bennington. I've been to Thetford. I haven't been to White River or Brattleboro, but I've been all over. Royalton, Middlebury, Jericho. I've been out there. So, and then with the Title VI, I've put a team together. So it's not just me, it's other Natives as well. So other presenters, but we've got a curriculum, we stick to that, and it's good. I like your Ansel Adams. Oh yes, thanks. Yeah. Yep, one of my favorites. Yeah. Yeah. And do you feel like that Abenaki young people are interested in carrying on traditions and things? Do you feel like you're carrying the torch all by yourself, or how do you feel about that?
Both. When I do a presentation, I have a lot of kids come up and say, well, my great-grandmother or this or that was a Native woman or a Native man, and we weren't allowed to talk about it. And but
on the same token, I see that the traditions and the history has been lost because a lot of these kids don't realize that they're Native. And we're talking maybe 4 generations ago, you know, when it was hidden. And so, no. So that answer goes both ways. There's some of them have no idea. And then the ones that do, they seem to be fairly interested. But if it's not in the home, it's lost.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. You know, in the legislature, we passed a bill called the Ethnic Studies Bill last year, and it's supposed to be setting up a task force that is going to look at how you know, people of many different groups have been treated in our school curricula, hiring practices of the people, you know, what messages students are getting about the contributions and the benefits of you know, diverse groups. Have you run across that at all, or heard about that?
I was there last year.
Oh, good. Okay.
Did a presentation. I forget the lady's name. She was an amazing speaker. And then she was, I think, Hispanic.
Yeah, probably Amanda Garces. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Amazing speaker. And Chief was there. I was there. And I think it was Lieutenant Governor Zuckerman that spoke, I believe. And anyway, it was very interesting. And we were in that big room for the when the media asked questions and they did the presentation and what have you. I was the one holding the sign, Abenaki. Abenaki. So
yeah. Good. Well, yeah, I just wanted to make sure that, you know, the thing, because I worked on that bill, so I just want to make sure that, you know, that things are actually, that we do actually do have an impact, you know, so that's good.
Yes.
Yeah. Just starting off, I think, but yeah. Excellent. So your background, you said, was as a school nurse, but you must like school kids then, and is that why you decided to kind of take up this Title VI project?
Yeah, actually, yes. My background was emergency medicine and critical care, and then when I moved back to Vermont, I tried to slow down a little bit, but then I was a school nurse and I loved it. I still love it. And these kids are amazing. So I enjoy working with them very much. We do after school programs, and we do a program at Charleston Elementary School, which is where I work. And we're working on getting more after school activities for the kids at the other schools too. So, yeah.
Good. Well, it sounds terrific, and thank you so much for all you're doing for your community. It's really nice to talk to you. Well, it
keeps me busy. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Great. Okay. All right. Well, you take care. I'm here today with Lucy Cannon-Neel, who is a member of the Abenaki Nulhegan tribe, and she's been doing some work with school children